Welcome back to our podcast. This is Serena.
I'm Shanti. I'm Ellen.
And I'm Sharvi.
So my grandma has Alzheimer's, but none of the treatments are working. What do I do?
I think there might just be one treatment that might work. The II-73 drug is what we're going to be talking about in this episode. Shanti, do you want to talk more about the background information? Yeah, so Alzheimer's is a more specific type of dementia, and it's also the most common form. The greatest known risk factor is increasing of age, and it's linked to the abnormal buildup of the proteins amyloid beta and tau. It's also caused by the loss of connections between neurons in the brain. Nearly 50 million people worldwide are affected by Alzheimer's.
So basically, like Shanti was talking about, there are GABA A receptors that are proteins in the brain that respond to a neurotransmitter called GABA, which is gamma aminobutyric acid. And basically, GABA is the main inhibitory neurotransmitter in the brain, which means it helps calm down brain activity and it reduces anxiety and it balances excitation in neurons. And then the A5 subunit of the GABA A receptor is especially involved in memory and learning functions. So GLII-73 specifically targets this part of the receptor. And basically the way it works is GLII-73 is a positive allosteric modulator, and an allosteric modulator means that GLII-73 doesn't activate the receptor directly, but instead it changes the shape of the receptor to make it more responsive when GABA is present. So GLII-73 enhances the brain's GABA activity by increasing the receptor's response to GABA. This results in stronger inhibitory signals within the brain.
As of now, the GLII-73 drug has only been tested in animals, so detailed human side effects are not fully known yet.
Yeah, so 2 groups of mice were tested, normal mice and genetically engineered mice prone to developing amyloid beta buildup, which is one of the causes of Alzheimer's. And the study showed that the genetically engineered mice that had received a single dose of the GLII-73 drug had significantly improved memory in younger and older mice, proving that this drug can partially improve memory impairments even after significant cognitive decline. Yeah, and then in the late stage intervention, chronic administration reversed memory deficits and even prevented neuronal atrophy in older mice. There was also some neuroprotection as the drug preserved some dendritic spine density and length, which maintains the synaptic integrity. Not only this, there was a lot of amyloid-independent effects, such as cognitive improvements despite ongoing amyloid accumulation.
So like Ellen was saying about the synaptic plasticity, it's very important for memory and learning because synaptic plasticity is the brain's ability to change and strengthen synaptic connections as a response to experience or learning.
That's really cool. Overall, it improves memory and cognition, and it shows strong memory-boosting effects in animal models of Alzheimer's and aging, which is beneficial because it could work in humans as well.
So there has also been a lot of promise in other preclinical models, such as for depression, schizophrenia, and even epilepsy. This drug not only improves the cognitive function, but also modulates the dopamine neuron activity, which addresses symptoms like hyperactivity associated with things like schizophrenia. As of February 2025, Damona Pharmaceuticals announced plans to initiate a phase 1 clinical trial for the GLII-73 drug in the first half of the year. This trial aims to assess the safety, tolerability, and pharmacokinetics of the drug in humans.
A challenge that they're facing, though, is that since it targets a different mechanism than traditional Alzheimer's drugs, its clinical application needs thorough investigation to confirm real-world effectiveness.
However, since it's not tested in humans yet, the side effects are unknown and there might be safety regulations that we need to put in place. It's limited in availability since it's still in preclinical or early research stages. It's also not available for prescription or trials widely. There's also unclear long-term safety, as it's unknown if it's safe for months or years of use, which is crucial for Alzheimer's treatment, and it may not even work for all types of Alzheimer's, and benefits may vary depending on the type and stage of the disease.
Yeah, so even though this is such a beneficial drug when it works, sometimes there are many cases where it doesn't. But when it does, it is super beneficial and also a great new discovery.
It provides a lot of hope for Alzheimer's patients because as a new class of drug for Alzheimer's, it may offer hope for patients who have limited options or do not respond well to current treatments.
Like my grandma?
Yeah.
Hopefully, your grandma will get better soon and be able to access this great new drug. Thanks. This was Ellen.
This was Serena.
This was Shanti.
This was Sharvi.
Thank you for listening to episode 3.